While the Panthers, as a program, have never won on the road against a ranked opponent. So, be a heck of a first time for that. On the other side, of course, Louisville wearing the home pinks today. Great look, by the way. I love these jerseys, but the Cardinals 55-0 at home against unranked ACC opponents, 10-0 inside this building. We are underway. Nina Ricard's out front, swinging it for the Cardinals here, going left to right on your screen. And an early shot is no good there from Nyla Harris. The starting five for the Panthers is the same as the past two games. They are missing Gabby Hutcherson, who's out with a concussion and had made 7 starts this season. Hasn't played since that game against Louisville back in January. The 3-ball from the left side is no good. That was Aislinn Malcolm, one of 2 local products in this Pitt starting lineup. And the Panthers will retain the basketball underneath after a tie-up. Pittsburgh, it's been tough sledding in this first season for Tori Verdi, who was excellent at UMass and actually coached one of Louisville's starters, Sydney Taylor. While she was a star at UMass, he had a ton of success with the Minutemen. He's now trying to mold a Panthers program that it's been tough sledding in the ACC. Had some success in the Big East under Agnes Baronato. I'm going to try to see if they can play the role of spoiler here today. I'm going to find a way to get the ball inside. I haven't been able to do it. 4 on the shot clock. The jumper is good there from Jala Jordan. Now Louisville will look to push the pace. There's the aforementioned Taylor. Missed the layup, the putback from Harris the second time. No good. A rare pair of misses for Nyla Harris. And once again, a breakneck pace to start a Louisville game.
Yeah, and that's one thing both of these teams do well is offensive rebounds. So we're going to need to see some box outs on both ends of the floor.
Kiki Jefferson, we mentioned, coming off 27 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists. Wearing that number 12 jersey for Louisville. Keep an eye on her today. Pull-up jumper is good from Aislinn Malcolm, the sophomore. And Pitt coming out with some energy here to start.
Yeah, and if you're coming in here to an arena like this, playing a ranked team, you have to come out with the energy of we're going to beat you. We're going to play you hard. We're not going to back down, and that's exactly what this Pitt team has come out today with.
Nina Ricard, the transfer from Florida, doing well off the offensive glass, moved into the starting lineup halfway through the non-conference. This is Jasmine Timerson, a freshman, the other Pittsburgh area product in this starting lineup. Now we see Liatu King. And the foul underneath is on Louisville. It was Taylor trying to come over and draw the charge.
Yeah, nice take by Liatu King. Just attacking the basket hard. Ooh.
Doesn't look like she was out of that half circle enough for the referees' liking. The referees today, Jules Gallion, Meadow Overstreet, and John Capolino. And Liatu King, I mean, good Lord, what a season she has had. The senior from DC has been one of the best scorers in the country, shooting 55% from the field, averaging essentially 20 points, 10 rebounds, 2 steals, almost 2 blocks, 11 double-doubles. Talk about a standout season in this important transitional year for Pitt with the new coaching staff.
No, yeah, she is going to be huge in this game. We talked about it earlier. The first game, Louisville was able to hold her to only 6 points. And like we said, averaging 20 points a game, 10 rebounds. She's an outstanding player who's really going to make an impact in this game today.
And quick substitution here for Jeff Walls, getting Jada Curry, the 3-point sharpshooter for the Cards, on the floor. We've been rotating between her and Ricard's pretty much all season. Fill that point guard role. Here's Timerson out front, 10 on the shot clock.
And Louisville's getting after it on defense right now, but if you notice, Pitt's really not trying to look for just a quick shot. They're really trying to use the shot clock.
And this jumper there, kind of the last second opportunity from Malcolm. This is why they brought in Taylor. She can hit it. Sydney Taylor, the transfer from UMass. And she'll want to get going. She's just one of her last 7 from 3 coming into this game. A good start for the graduate student from Long Island.
Jeff, it's always nice to see your first shot go in.
Big difference maker. And that's way off there from Washenitz. She was caught off guard by the defender coming off that screen. There's Kiki Jefferson. Jefferson, pretty much everything at James Madison. Conference Player of the Year, all conference a bunch of times. Here's Olivia Cochran. No good underneath for her. Comes Washenitz trying to push the pace. Louisville making this Pitt team have to think a little bit offensively, but the Panthers doing the same on their own defensive end. Here's Curry. Olivia Cochran has played so well in ACC play. 12 straight double-figure scoring games for her. There's Jefferson. And watch out if she gets warm.
Picking back up where she left off, and that is not somebody who you want to see their first shot go in if you're Pittsburgh.
That's going to be our media timeout. Louisville up 3 early. The annual Pink game here at the Yum Center.
These are my tissue box covers.
Remember, tissue.
Back here inside the Yum Center, the Pitt Panthers on the road today, playing under Tori Verdi, their first-year coach here for the Panthers. Spent 7 years at UMass, won the first A10 title in UMass program history last year. 27 wins. Went to the NCAA tournament in 2022. And had so much success at UMass. Familiar with Pitt AD Heather Like from when he was at Eastern Michigan, and familiar with Louisville guard Sydney Taylor, who was a star at UMass in her time with the Minutemen. Amherst, Mass, one of the great college towns in the U.S. We just were joking beforehand with the SID for Pitt. What a challenging conference to have to jump into. You get Virginia Tech in your first road game to start league play. You play Louisville, you play the NC States of the world. I mean, just a really difficult conference, especially for a coach who has been used to winning at a high level at UMass.
Oh yeah, and it'll take some time. The transfer portal, like we said, we talked about it earlier, but he's done a great job so far. He has this team sticking together, playing hard, and not backing down. So that's all you can ask, especially in a first year coming into the ACC when everybody's just so talented and so tough to play.
The Panthers showing some fight here in this first quarter, and it was like that the first time out, and then Louisville pulled away in that second half. They did the same thing to BC on Thursday. It was a highly entertaining first half, and then Louisville just put the foot down on the gas pedal. Kiki Jefferson in particular made sure that it was a spacious victory for the Cards.
Yeah, and that's the thing about this Louisville team is you never know who's going to come to play, whose night it will be. One night it may be Sid Taylor, one night it may be Jada Curry. Against Boston College, it was Kiki Jefferson, so you just never know.
One consistency, and you kind of joke about this with the way the college landscape has changed, but it seems like Olivia Cochran has been on Louisville for a decade, and it's obviously only been this now being her 4th season, but she has been the consistent rock through all of the change for Louisville over the years, she has been consistently there, consistently in the starting lineup. Nice move there from King to step through and get the layup.
And it's funny, I just heard her through my headsets tell her teammate to stay low, stay on her feet, to not get beat on that pump fake. Because that also happened in this past Thursday's Boston College game.
Liatu King showing her creativity scoring.
Yeah, nice move by King.
Elif Istanbuloglu in the game there guarding King. Maybe taking advantage of a freshman guarding her. Still a lot to learn. Taylor for three. Almost got her own rebound, but King is there. Bella Perkins on the floor now for Pitt as well. Malcolm for three. Tough pass from Taylor and a great finish from Olivia Cochran.
Cochran's athletic ability to be able to go up in the air, catch that ball, rip it, and put it in for the 2 points. She's impressive.
Down under 10 again in the shot clock for Pitt. It feels like that's been consistent as Taylor jumps the passing lane. Curry, pull-up jumper, good.
Jada Curry, we talk about her three-point shot, but her pull-up jumper, her consistency the past few games have been excellent. Of course, in this last Thursday's game against Boston College, she got in some foul trouble early, but she's really been a key player to this Louisville basketball team.
Perkins, a transfer from USC here, trying to get into the lane and gave it up. This is Taylor. She has been very influential so far. That's a tough Euro step. Cochran there to clean it up and couldn't get the putback to go. That would have been a nice make, and a quick timeout here for Tori Verdi. Watch this sequence here from Sydney Taylor. And this pass, this vertical outlet pass, is the type of pass that Jeff Walls wants his guards to make.
Yes, he's been challenging them each day in practice to push the tempo, push the pace, really try to look up the floor and reward the post players for running hard. And that's exactly what Sid Taylor just did there.
We talk about Sydney Taylor, great start to this game. And she has just been another experienced player to add to this group for Louisville, the graduate student from Long Island. She hit the game-winning three in the Global Jam over the summer. That was a big confidence booster for Louisville, beating the Canadian national team. And you gotta get the sense that if Louisville is going to have success in the NCAA tournament, Sydney Taylor will be a big part of it.
Yeah, she's one of those players. She's struggled shooting the ball around the three-point line the past few games, but if she gets hot and if she gets going, it could change the whole dynamic of this Louisville team.
Marissa Russell and Alexia Mobley on the floor, along with Lily Love. Almost a full sail shift change from Jeff Walls. I think he's frustrated with his starters. And right there, Russell finishes from Love. And a travel there. 4 turnovers now in the last 2.5 minutes for the Panthers as Tori Verdi tells his players to calm down.
And this is what Jeff Walls likes to see. Louisville's defense creating their offense. That's the past few possessions where they've just made it chaotic for Pitt, got a few turnovers, and now they're going on a run.
Love out front. Senior from Kansas City trying to squeeze a pass through to Mobley. Baseline out of bounds. A moneymaker for coaches at all levels. Curry. Yeah, that's pretty good.
would guard that if I were you. She is so smooth.
It's a 9-0 run, and Curry has just been unstoppable from three. Now 14 of her last 25. And this second group here for Louisville is starting to give the Cardinals a little bit of breathing room. Down under 10 seconds in this first quarter. Curry, pull-up jumper. Again, perfect 3 for 3 in that first quarter. And Louisville finishing with a flourish on an 11-0 run against the Pitt Panthers to take control. Back out on the floor with the empty bench for Jeff Walls, his second shift, putting in quite an effort here. Pitt does beat the little half-court pressure. And a nice finish underneath from Aaron Battle, who has checked in, the freshman guard from New Jersey. And Pitt in a zone here, 2-3. Three ball from Curry, just red hot.
I mean, just, wow.
How do you defend that? Washington's trying to beat the press again here.
And the thing is, Jeff, she's really not doing anything flashy. She's just catching and shooting the ball. So if I'm Pittsburgh, you've got to make her put the ball on the floor.
Washington's all the way to the rim, gets the lay-in. Nice take there from the sophomore from West Virginia. You stand below, she will shoot that. And there she is again with the opportunity, missed it. It fell to Battle. Malcolm sent back rather emphatically. And this is exactly the type of game Louisville wants to play. They want to get up and down. They stand below Lou. The layup is good.
Nice offensive rebound, but I will say, just because Jeff Walls, and whenever I used to play, used to say this every time, you have to know that Curry has hit now 4 shots in a row. In those last 2 possessions, she didn't even touch the ball. So yes, Louisville scored in the paint on that one, but try to get her a touch to see if she can knock down 5 for 5.
I have a feeling that'll come up in film review.
If I had to bet money on it, I would.
Loose ball ends up with Love. And Washington's good defensive play to come back and get it. Louisville has numbers defensively. And that's a bad turnover for the Panthers. Now Love. And block underneath on Battle. No, excuse me. That was Rapalucci Ayadel. Really haven't been that many whistles in this game. That's just the second foul, I believe, called in this entire game so far. I'm sorry, the 4th, but still, it feels that way.
The refs have really been letting them play today.
Up and down. The first 12 minutes or so of this game, Lily Love headed to the free throw line. The senior, a Georgia Tech transfer, has been one of the go-to subs off the bench for Jeff Walls. And the reaction that we all have, although it looks like you can't tell if she's frustrated or if shoulder's bothering her there, but she'll get another bite at the apple. And didn't touch anything that time.
And Jeff, that's another one that will come up in film tomorrow as well. But you know, sometimes
it happens.
And you just have to laugh at yourself because if not, you just, that's one of those things you just gotta laugh at yourself about.
Your teammates will let you have it as well.
Exactly.
Washington's with the pull-up jumper to get it to 10. Curry, a nice runner. Everything she touches right now is gold. 12 points for Jada Curry, 5 of 5 from the field.
And that's why you never know which player's game it will be for this Louisville basketball team. This past Thursday, we had Kiki Jefferson scored 27, and today seems to be the Jada Curry show.
A foul underneath for Ayadel with a putback. again at this Curry runner. And this is just silky smooth off a hard screen. Curry was whistled for the foul there. Stambololu was also involved. Will be a free throw here for Ayodele to try to get the and one. Ayodele has played really well this year, the junior from the suburb of Madrid in Spain. And between her and Liatu King, they are one of only 2 duos in the entire D1 right now to have 66 plus offensive boards. The other one's at LSU. And jumper is good there.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive. And, you know, that's one thing that if Pitt wants to stay in this game and get back in it, if they miss a shot, they are going to have to crash the offensive glass and try to get those extra possessions.
And it's really tough against a very good rebounding Louisville squad. Battle. Perkins for 3, got it. Nice look there from Bella Perkins. And maybe that'll help get her going. 103, now 104 attempts from 3 this season, just 28%. But a big one there to get it back to a single-digit deficit. Here's Jada Curry. Russell. The senior, nice move. I love that moment that we just saw, though, from Marissa Russell. She's a senior. She's been in this program, and she is coaching her own teammates on the floor while action is continuing.
Yes, that's always good to see.
Jefferson blocked away there by King. Washenitz.
And that's one thing that I'm guessing that somebody wasn't in their correct spot on the offensive play. And she was just trying, Marissa Russell was just trying to help him out a little bit.
Nice block there from King. It's the first foul on Ayodele. She was frustrated. She got the offensive board, Ayodele, but couldn't get the putback to roll. Nina Ricard's back in to give Curry a rest, and she got a nice applause there. Trying to get it inside to Cochran, guarded by Ayodele. Nice little double post here to get Jefferson down on the block, and Washenitz comes across to get the steal. Perkins swings. 3-ball in and out for Battle. Comes Jefferson downhill, and that time gets the whistle. We talked about it on Thursday night. Jefferson just, once she gets downhill, she kind of looks like she's shot out of a cannon.
Yeah, she's very hard to guard, especially coming full speed.
Ricards. Good look on the far side for Jefferson, missed it. And Washenitz snapped up the rebound. Battle. First foul there called on Nina Ricards. And we'll step aside here. Louisville up 8. Up to the defense for the Cardinals. They have really made things difficult for pretty much everyone they played against, and it's again happening today. Pitt, 7 turnovers in their first 25 possessions. For those mathematicians at home, that's a 28% turnover percentage, but they're also turning it into points on the other end.
Yeah, defense has been a key factor for the Louisville Cards team's success this year, and when they turn their defense on, they tend to score more. It's one of those things, defense turns into offense, And it's just, I mean, you're not always going to make shots. The ball's not always going to go into the basket, but you can always have effort on defense. And that's one thing that Jeff Walz really prides himself and his teams on, is playing hard in defense.
8 points off turnovers so far in this one as Iredale has whistled for the offensive foul underneath. It was Russell who drew it, who has just put in a heck of a shift for Jeff Walz.
Yeah, she has, Marissa Russell. Nice drive, but slides her feet. Was able to take the charge.
The starters are all back on the floor for Louisville. Down as we approach that 4-minute mark. Kiki Jefferson trying to get going. Nyla Harris. There's Cochran. 10 on the shot clock. And the offensive foul called on Taylor, who was trying to set a screen and bumped the defender away. Little extracurricular activity.
Oh, yeah. She ran right into her.
It'll be Pittsburgh basketball here as Washenitz and King are the ones who have to get it across the timeline. And that is just ripped away by Ricards and then ripped back by King. Stolen back by Ricards. Stolen again in the other direction. Here comes Pitt on the break. Cochran hunting. Almost got to it. Washenitz. Malcolm, that's a tough shot. Rebound King. And a jump ball whistle. It'll be Louisville basketball. Pitt has never beaten Louisville at the Yum Center. 12 Louisville wins. Tall order for any team at the Yum Center, as we've learned. Timerson out front for the Panthers. King still limited on offense so far, and they got to find a way to get her the basketball. Only 3 shot attempts in this first half. And the shot clock is going to run out on Pitt there. Nobody seemed to want to shoot it.
No, Louisville doing a really nice job getting out on defense, making it hard for Pitt to run their offense and to get any type of flow going and rhythm. But that's credit to Louisville really pushing or getting out in the passing lanes and making it hard.
Louisville trying to clean things up here offensively. They've not scored in 4+ minutes. Jefferson happy to answer the bell. 2 threes so far today for Jefferson. She's up to 6 points. The lead is back out to double digits. King, the jumper is good.
Nice shot by King. It looked like that ball just kind of fell into her hands.
5 points, 5 boards in this first half for Liatu King. Jefferson, nice move, had it blocked away.
And King got tipped by her own teammate. She knocked it down. But we talk about it. I mean, she averages 20 points a game. She's going to hit those shots. And that's what this Pitt team needs her to do.
Has a block and a steal to go with her other contributions. But the big thing is only 1 personal foul in this first half. That's a big reason she wasn't able to impact the last matchup very much. Nice pass, but Washenitz has the layup blocked. It was Cochran coming across. The long arm of the law.
Yeah, good attack to the basket, but I'm sorry, that was Nyla Harris. Yeah, she was able to get her hand on that.
Nyla Harris, one of the unsung heroes of this Louisville basketball team. Just does a little bit of everything. Plays a lot of minutes for Jeff Walz. 4 on the shot clock here. Pitt's just got to get something up. High arcing three from Malcolm is good, and it's a 6-point game.
What a shot by Malcolm. She's a 36% three-point shooter, and she just let that ball fly.
I'm pretty sure that touched the scoreboard on the high point of the arc there. Aislinn Malcolm from Carnegie, just outside of Pittsburgh. I mean, that went out of the shot frame. Chartiers Valley. There is no lack of athletic talent in Western Pennsylvania for Tori Verdi to go recruit. Sydney Taylor will attest he can find good players. He coached her at UMass, as we mentioned, and Sydney Taylor, what a player, what a career she has had. It's the shooter's touch on that second one. She's got 5 points. Approaching the final minute of this first half of what has been an entertaining affair. It was an 8-point Louisville lead at halftime last time.
And you know, Jeff, we talked to Pitt's SID earlier, and he did say they are not a team that's going to quit or back down, and they've showed some fight in this game. And we've got a game going into the second half.
Louisville has proven that really separation ability in that second half is a lot of teams, the depth is always a challenge because Louisville, as we saw, can throw out what on paper is their group of reserves and they can bum rush you. 10 on the shot here. In the waning moments of this first half, Pitt not getting anything going towards the basket. Washenitz has to get something up. I don't think she got that off in time, but it stays alive, and they'll get another possession.
Yeah, that was an interesting one, Jeff. I
don't think she got that off in time, but play resumes. Pitt will get another chance at it. 10 on the shot clock here. Timerson, that's a tough shot. Two and baked in. Jala Jordan keeping things interesting.
That right there is huge, though, Jeff. You're going into halftime, possibly a 5-point game.
Hit two.
The banks are open on this Sunday.
They've hit 2 at the end of the shot clock late in this second quarter. Nina Ricards will head to the free throw line. Jala Jordan playing really well. The Seton Hall transfer the past couple games. Ricards, the top assist producer on this Louisville squad, hits a couple of free throws. A couple of substitutions here at the end. Mobley and Love coming in.
Say expect that full court pressure when Love and Mobley come in. Their length makes it hard.
Washenitz hustling.
Pitt did not seem to.
That's where things will end. Louisville up 7, an entertaining first half. We'll be on.
He's always talking, you know. That's one thing. He's always coaching, always talking, whether it's a 50-point game, whether it's a tied game at halftime. And he's going to tell his point guards to keep pushing the tempo, keep attacking the basket. I like to see Olivia Cochran. Pittsburgh's been doing a good job of pushing Olivia and Nyla outside of the paint. So maybe get some more paint points for this Louisville team. And to keep playing together.
Yeah, that's been a big challenge for them at times this year, but when they have done it, it has been special offensively, especially as the Cards kick off this second half in possession. They're going right to left on your screen. Pitt will be going left to right in these road whites. Speaking of Nyla Harris, there she is off the nice pass from Sydney Taylor. Harris's first points of the game, a rare scoreless half for Nyla Harris. That's a tough take there for Washington. Ball's going to stay with the Panthers. Referees, we were talking about this at halftime, really let these two teams play in that first half. Only 12 total foul calls. As Jordan's turnaround jumper is no good. This is what Louisville wants to do. Ricard's pushing the tempo. Jefferson thought about a three. Kiki Jefferson, 6 points and 3 boards in that first half. Cochran's no good there. Timerson out front. Got her own pass back. Somebody's got to be open for Pitt. King finds the corner there. It's Malcolm for 3, no good. Which team can get going here to start this third quarter? Ricard is trying to make it the Cardinals.
Yeah, nice take by Ricard. We talked about Curry, but Ricard really can change the game as well. She's had some breakout games this season, but you know, that's when Pittsburgh just missed that, got the offensive rebound, but Louisville did not hustle back on defense on that one.
3 of 9 so far today on layup attempts. And the Panthers may look back at this game ruining those missed opportunities. You figure 3 or 4 more of those and this is a different ball game. And Jala Jordan will go to the free throw line. Graduate student out of Philadelphia across the state. She has played so well the last couple times out, averaging 15+ points the last 4 games. Seton Hall transfer. She's got 6 rebounds to go with her 7 points today. Picked off here by King. Trying to get out in transition and flipped it in. 7 points for Liatu King. Right back in the other direction. Sydney Taylor through contact.
A nice steal by King. We'll show it here right now. She just jumps the passing lane, reads that ball, finishes. But this is one thing. If you make the layup on the one end, you have to sprint back because Louisville's coming right back at you.
That's a tough finish, too, after the contact from Taylor. She is doing a little bit of everything today, Sydney Taylor. She's got 7 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 steals. Couldn't get the free throw to fall, however. Washington's inside to King. Foul coming across here is going to be on Taylor. And we're going to get a substitution here from Louisville. It'll be Lily Love coming in. Taylor has 3 fouls. That is of note. She comes off. She has been impactful for the Cards. Second trip to the free throw line today for King. The only time this season that she has not hit double digits in scoring was against Louisville. And she is approaching 10 here today with that free throw, now has 8. And I don't know what, Jess, is there a strong breeze in here because we've seen a rare 2 airballed free throws in this game as Louisville gets one back on the other end.
Same basket also.
Yeah, the same basket. I don't know if the depth is off today or something, but there's a steal by Love. King stuck with it. Good effort there from Lily Love to at least keep it with the Cards, get the turnover. 8 steals for Louisville today. The Cards have made their last 3 field goal attempts. Love gets it into the post and quickly doubled as Cochran. You have to with Olivia Cochran.
Yeah, like I talked about earlier, Pitt's doing a really nice job of when she gets the ball underneath, double teaming her, making her throw it out.
Jefferson on the drive, doing what she does best. She's going to go to the free throw line. It's 2 on Jala Jordan. Kiki Jefferson, something that has really boosted her game through her whole career is how good she is as a free throw shooter. Coming into this game, she was up to 88.6% from the free throw line. Best in the conference. Was 9 of 11 against BC the other day.
And that's one thing. We've talked about layups being so important. Layups, of course, are important, but free throws are important as well because they're basically free points. The clock stops. Goes for both teams. You just have to hit your free throws, especially if you want to, between layups and free throws, if you want to make it far in the ACC tournament and the NCAA tournament, you have to be able to knock those down.
It is a 12-point lead here for Louisville, tied for the highest that they have had today. Timerson for 3, got it.
And just when it feels like Louisville's kind of building some momentum, at Pittsburgh answers with the 3.
4 of 10 from 3-point range today as Harris, nice move on the other end.
Nice move by Nyla Harris, and that's the way. They're not double teaming her, which she realized, and she just took it to the basket herself.
6 third-quarter points for Nyla Harris. Almost a spectacular play there from Jefferson. Pitt's got to get something going here. 6 on the shot clock. Washenitz. Nice pass to King for 2.
And that's the way to find your star player in King. Excellent. She saw that she couldn't get that shot off. She had Nyla Harris, Olivia Cochran under there, and she just dumped it down to her post player.
10 points, 7 boards now for King. Jefferson, 10 on the shot clock, guarded by Washenitz. Ed Cochran, Washenitz fell down, and Jefferson takes advantage. Right away, a timeout from Jeff Walls. We'll take a break. Pitt sticking around, but Louisville doing its best effort here through Kiki Jefferson. Getting rolling in the third.
Okay, when you turn around.
The Baltimore Ravens have just kicked off in the AFC Championship, taking on the Fighting Taylor Swifts and the Kansas City Chiefs. But, of course, in Louisville, the city's rooting for Lamar Jackson, the Louisville legend, the Heisman Trophy winner. and the Ravens, of course, at home for that matchup. And then a little bit later, the Detroit Lions taking on the San Francisco 49ers. Louisville has such a proud football tradition. And Lamar Jackson at the very height of that proud program, one of the best players to ever play college football. I'm going to warn you right now, as a fellow basketball fan, the next whistle, we're going to our media timeout. I'm just going to tell you that so you have your expectations where they need to be here as Pitt comes out of the break in possession, down 11. Trying to stay around with this number 18 Louisville squad that is just so tough at home. And there's your warning. I told you. I told you. We are going to take a break here. We'll be right back. Louisville up 11 on Pitt at the Yum Center of the Derby City.
What even?
Where the 18th ranked Cardinals lead Pitt 50-39 in ACC action. And there's a football game happening at the same time. We talked about Lamar Jackson, Heisman Trophy winner, the youngest ever to do so, MVP candidate again after winning a few years ago. We're told that the Chiefs not only are in front, they have the ball again. They do know how to win football games, the Kansas City Chiefs. They have proven that time and again, especially big football games. It's right out of the timeout. Nice little availability there for Jala Jordan, but couldn't knock it down. The annual pink game for the University of Louisville. Great crowd here today on a Sunday afternoon. This is Lily Love into the high post for Cochran. And you can attest to this, Jess. Those are shots that you start practicing when you're about 8 and you never stop. The elbow jumper.
Yes.
As natural a release as you're going to get. 3 ball from the corner is good from Perkins, her second 3 of the day. And an offensive foul drawn there by Washenitz. That's 3 on Kiki Jefferson. She joins Sydney Taylor in that category. And we're going to see Marissa Russell come on for her in a second. Jordan jumper rattles in. Jala Jordan has 9 points. And it's an 8-point game.
And Jeff, I know I keep saying it, but just when we think Louisville's starting to pull away, Pittsburgh has an answer for everything.
They've hung around to keep things interesting as Russell, I mentioned, checking in, replaces Jefferson.
But you know, no matter what their record, that's one thing. The ACC is so good top to bottom, and you have to bring your best effort, your best gameplay each game, or you never know who's going to knock somebody off.
A hard hit there from Russell. There's Curry setting things up for Louisville. Cochran has been available in that high post. Almost got that to roll in. And now it's a 5-on-3 for Pitt if they push it. And they do. Jordan with the easy lay-in. And just like that, it's a 6-point game.
But that all started with Olivia Cochran not taking that little jump shot. She dribbled into traffic, and she had just knocked down a 15-footer. Now, nice pass to Jada Curry, who's now, 6 for 6?
That is the answer there. Perfect pass out of the high post. And Jada Curry, 15 points, 3 of 3 from 3. And then the steal from Russell. The crowd is just dying for Louisville to go on a run here.
Now, this is where I would like to see it. Jada Curry just hit one, get the ball back in her hands. Like I said, doesn't mean she has to shoot it, but it opens everything else up. Yes.
Back-to-back threes. Curry first, then Russell. And a quick burst from Louisville. They're 8 of their last 10 on field goal attempts to get back up to a 12-point lead. Back-to-back trays.
Yeah, right here, nice pass by Olivia Cochran. But when Jada Curry's now 6 for 6, you have to guard her. So 2 people step out, they just leave Marissa Russell wide open, and she knocks it down.
Olivia Cochran, 3 assists today. She has not had a big scoring day, just 4 points, 2 of 6 from the field, but those 3 assists out of the high post have all been important ones. And we keep talking about this. Kiki Jefferson was the one to step in on Thursday, and now it's Jada Curry, 15 points today for Louisville, and it just seems like these Cards keep finding new people to boost them each game and carry the scoring load. As Cochran heads to the bench, and Easton Balolu is back on the floor, along with Sydney Taylor and Kiki Jefferson. And this is a big test again for the Panthers. Can they get some points to stay around again? They haven't quite been able to get it closer than 6 after a couple bursts in that second and third here in the third quarter as well. Ten on the shot clock. Perkins, step back jumper, pulled back down by King. King's got Curry on her and is trying to get into position there. The foul is going to be whistled on Curry. That's 2 on her.
And boxing out was one of Louisville's keys to the games today. Pittsburgh has really great, they just go to the glass hard on the offensive end. And
King, that's a tough shot there with Russell helping. Russell has put in some significant hustle minutes today. Taylor wanted the and one. And a quick burst here, 7-0 burst, has this lead back to 14. Perkins for 3. Man, Marissa Russell. 5 points, 2 rebounds, 2 steals in 10 energy-packed minutes. There's a jumper.
And Marissa Russell just made a basketball play there. They were going to set up in their offense. She saw nobody was standing around her at the free throw line, cut to the basket, and knocked it down.
I think Jeff Walls would have a conniption if she didn't shoot that either. She's one of the best shooters on the team.
And that's one thing Jeff Walls has talked about is he keeps challenging this team to just make basketball plays. And that's exactly what Marissa Russell just did.
King with 5 left in this quarter gets a whistle on the far side, and she'll go to the free throw line. It's a quick 10-0 run over 2 minutes for Louisville. That's the burst you can put on a team.
Yeah, good attack to the basket. But if you're King, you want to stay in this ballgame, you have to be able to make that layup to make it a three-point possession.
She'll go to the free throw line here. Her 3rd trip today, and gets the shooter's roll. I'm told that the Ravens are on the board. We appreciate you sticking with us. There'll be plenty of football after this game if you want to switch over. Chance here at the end of this 3rd quarter for Curry, and she's blocked away by King. It's 62-48, Louisville in front with 10 more minutes.
20-12 run, 10 of the last 13 field goals made. But on the flip side of that, coming out this 4th quarter, sometimes they cannot be so great. So I'm sure Jeff Walls has talked about them in the huddle saying, all right, let's keep the tempo, try to get this pushed out a little bit farther than the score is already.
King leaned into a jumper there, gets the putback, is good. Liatu King, 12 points, 9 boards. 14 points. Marissa Russell stays in the game. She has been excellent, and she knocks down another 4 of 5 from the field. And a big reason for that big 3rd quarter from an offensive standpoint.
Yeah, she's another one of those players who, if she sees that first one go in, she can hit 6, 7 in a row as well. She's struggled a little bit this season shooting the ball, but just we saw in the Miami game when they played Miami, she hit 3 huge threes, so she definitely can do it.
Taylor couldn't get that runner to go. Ball from Washington is no good, but I want to talk to you about this, Jess, because we talked about it before the game, and when you look at Louisville's roster, we mentioned Olivia Cochran, you mentioned Marissa Russell as the bucket there is good for Istanbulolu. A lot of transfers on this Jeff Walls squad. As the 3-ball is short there, and Istanbulolu gets the rebound. If you're Pitt, you're heartened by this effort, knowing that the transfer portal will help them as they're trying to build the program under Tori Verdi.
Oh, definitely. I mean, coming in first-year head coach, the ACC is, the top conference in the nation, but that's one of those things, I mean, that is very difficult to do. To come in as a first-time head coach, doing an excellent job with this team, trying to find a way to stay in close games and to be able to show film and show how they want to continue to get better. And, he's wanting to get to where Louisville is, and it's not just going to happen overnight, and I'm sure he knows that as well, but just to continuing to make his team stay positive, to make sure they continue to fight and they continue to get better, and that's all you can do or ask for as a coach.
Well, and then you look at the schedule, and it kind of feels like somebody's playing a cruel joke on you when you see the schedule. And we've talked about this with Louisville too. Of course, Louisville is in that category of having to play this gauntlet of games. But the Cards forged themselves similarly. It took some time for Jeff Walls, and now we're looking at one of the best coaches in modern women's basketball in Jeff Walls, who's had so much success. And of course, the conversation always comes back to when is that big moment going to come for them to win the national title? But he's always been good about it. A national championship does not define your career. You talk about all the Final Four appearances, the title game appearances. They've had plenty of success, and one of these years you got to figure it's gonna be the year.
Oh yeah, and he always talks about you need luck, you need a great team, of course, but definitely luck comes with winning a national championship, because there can always be great teams, but if the ball doesn't roll your way just a few times, anybody can go home.
Talk about great depth for teams to win national titles, and all 10 Cards have scored who have played today. There's Jeff Walls. Oh, just a couple of wins in his 17 seasons here. Been to the national championship game twice, 4 Final Fours. One of the best X's and O's minds in college basketball.
And you're right, though. It doesn't define his success or his career, but man, I know he wants one.
Oh, yeah, of course. As competitive as anyone you're going to come across. Taylor thought she had Curry available on the other side, a turnover there. Down to the final 7 minutes of this contest. Here's King, guarded by Russell. Istanbulolu comes to double, and a nice pass out of the post from King to Jordan.
Yeah, nice cut by Jordan. Curry just wasn't in the correct help side on that defensive play, and King was able to find Jordan.
Jordan guarded by Curry there, demanding the ball on the post.
Yeah, if you see right here, Curry's just watching the ball. Jala Jordan did an excellent job cutting to the basket. And Curry just lost her.
Good pass from King, her first assist of the day. She's got a double-double as Jordan flips it up and in. She's got 15 points, 8 rebounds.
And that's what I talked about earlier. Sometimes Louisville can be really, really good, and then sometimes Coach Walls probably is just like, what in the heck are you all doing? But that's what he continues to challenge his team to, at some point, put a 40-minute game together, and that we haven't seen that at all this season, where for the full 40 minutes, all 5 players on the floor have played their best game yet. And so he's continuing to challenge them and push them, and I'm sure he's hoping that that'll come in the ACC tournament when that time comes around, that everybody will be meshed together and at their peak.
I'm sure they'll be happy to not be playing ACC teams as consistently once they hit March. Although with the way the conference has been, play them sooner and sooner in the NCAA tournament because they get so many teams in the field. As Nyla Harris will check back in. Marissa Russell gets a nice applause. 9 points, 3 boards, 2 steals for Russell. All hustle from her today. Offensive foul whistled there on King.
Olivia Cochran, we talked about our defense, we talked about our offensive play, but to be able to move your feet and draw a charge, that's big time. Little head pump to help with the call.
Tori Verdi, not a huge fan of that call. He and Jeff Walls have both had some grievances to file. Unfortunately, it is not Festivus for either of them. Wait until December for them to air their full grievances with the referees. Louisville has turned it over last 3 possessions here, trying to change their fortunes. And Washington draws the foul.
Olivia Cochran didn't like that call, but you know, I got nothing to say.
Olivia Cochran has impacted the game in a number of ways today, has not been scoring her usual amount. 4 rebounds, 3 assists for Cochran. The vocal leader of this team and the emotional leader of this team. And a timeout for Pitt as Washington's got the ball back just in time to be able to do that. We'll take a break here at 68-54 as we approach the final 5 minutes of the ACC matchup here. How difficult the ACC is. It's not a joke. Louisville is about to embark on an absolutely brutal February and is the most ranked opponents in the month of February under Jeff Walls. And that is saying a lot considering the leagues that they've played in. You've got 5 tough ones coming up. Of course, Florida State may not be long for that top 25 after getting obliterated by Duke the other day, but still, difficult game nevertheless as Lily Love comes out of the timeout with a nice play. But it's just par for the course in the ACC, isn't it, Jess?
Yes, the month of February. For all teams, actually, there's a ton of teams who are going to be playing ranked opponents, and it will definitely be one you're going to have to win your home games and steal some on the road.
Pitt getting flustered in a rough spot there. Liatu King couldn't get the ball off to a guard of some kind. As Louisville zeroes in on its 11th win at the Yum Center this year. The Cards are 55-0 at the Yum Center against unranked ACC opponents, trying to get to 56. They did not clear the timeline in time to get rid of the basketball. There was some help from the fans here.
Yes, there was. You see it right there. Pittsburgh with 17 turnovers, Louisville with 12. That's something, if you want to be great, at least this is what Jeff Walls always says, is you got to keep that turnover margin under 12.
Cards. Cochran, nice little fake to dump it down to Harris. That's a great pass.
Excellent pass by Cochran, and credit to Nyla Harris for being able to stay with that ball.
Nyla Harris, 8.6 boards. tie the season high now for assists for Olivia Cochran, 2 away from her career high. Washenet's running out of time. Trying to shape Cochran. King with the putback, missed it, and then a foul on Washenet's.
Here we go. Olivia Cochran, just nice little entry pass. Nyla Harris able to grab it and put it in.
2 things about that, Jess, that stick out to me. One is the smarts to see the sealed position and know that you can throw fake and get it open, but also Nyla Harris staying in position to receive the pass, even as Olivia fakes the jumper there.
Yes. That post-to-post entry pass.
Ricard's pull-up jumper, no good. And it's going to stay with the Cards. It's Olivia Cochran of Columbus, Georgia. Just had a fantastic career for Louisville and was hoping to finish on a high here.
We see Van Schaik in the game.
And right away she fires a 3, no good. The Dutch international transferred from Cal State Bakersfield, and King immediately goes right at her and draws the foul.
The foul on the Cardinals, number 3, Katie Van Schaik, her first.
Liatu King now has 12 double-doubles in her career. And today, by the way, she did get the needed number of rebounds to go ahead and move into 10th all-time in Pitt program history in rebounds. She's having quite the senior year. And that's no slouch. Pitt has had some really good players over the years. Think of Mercedes Walker, and dating myself a little bit from the aughts and the 2000s under Agnes Baronato.
I will say, I've been impressed with how hard she goes to the offensive glass. I mean, Olivia Cochran, Nyla Harris, excellent defenders down there, and yet she still has 4 offensive rebounds this game.
16 points, 12 boards, 2 blocks, 2 steals, 2 assists for Liatu King. Very nice hesitation. And that's her first, it feels like her first miss. I realize she's now missed a couple, but 6 of 9 from the field today for Jada Curry. And Mobley, I believe, is going to, she's going to be shooting some free throws here. That's 4 fouls on Jala Jordan, who has had a good game as well. 15 points, 9 boards for her. Mobley up to 3 points.
And throughout the game, we've even seen some momentum and some runs that Pittsburgh has gone on, but you know, they haven't scored in the last 4 minutes now, which is never a good sign, especially in the fourth quarter. Just like we talked about earlier, how Louisville excels in the fourth and just finds that way to win.
Panthers have had to do all of their work on the free throw line. King is headed back there. Cards has 2 fouls, and I don't know if the PA or the entertainment team here at the Yum Center did this on purpose, but playing Notorious B.I.G. Juicy between 2 former Big East teams. We're not in the Madison Square Garden for the Big East tournament, but that does probably, at least for some of us, spring memories of the old Big East. Pitt and Louisville always had great matchups back in that league, and now they have them again here in the ACC. Final 2 minutes, Louisville zeroing in on another win. Would be number 459 for Jeff Walls here in the Derby City. Nice pass from Curry. And Mobley scoops it up and under, much to the delight of her teammates on the bench. And a timeout called by Tori Verdi. We'll take a quick break to step aside as the dying embers of this game flame out here in Louisville. Thrilled with that finish.
Nice little wing series move.
Yeah.
For the listeners at home, if you don't know what that is, they do wing series every day before practice. It's a nice little way to get warmed up. So, Lexa Mobley, I know you wanted me to say this. She got engaged last night,
Love
so
that.
shout out to her.
Ring season.
Yes.
Love that.
Marissa Russell, as they were running off the floor, was holding up her ring finger and pointing to it. So I had to throw that in there.
It's fantastic. Sideline out of bounds here for Pitt. Chance to coach up those situations. And Timerson's pass was swatted away.
And you know, I do like that, to see that as a coach. I mean, yes, this game's out of reach now, but he calls the timeout, draws something up, tries to get him in something, and, you know, that is a sign of a good coach.
Trying to get situational stuff in games, not always the easiest thing. Your team is struggling, but tried to rotate it over to King, and it was good defensive effort there from Lily Love. Panthers will drop to 7-14 this season, 1-7 in the league. Louisville will get to 18-3, 7-1 overall, stay in the hunt for that regular season title and a #1 seed in the ACC tournament. Penny Von Schaik, fadeaway jumper is good. 11 scores for the Cards in this one. Everyone who has played has scored.
That's always good to see. You see her teammates cheering on the bench. She doesn't get a ton of minutes, but when she comes in to knock down a shot, they all go crazy.
Malcolm for three. And we're under a minute here. As the crowd that showed out for the annual Pink game was treated to an intense affair for about 3 quarters and change. But Louisville is going to treat the home crowd with another win. And Pitt can head back to the Steel City knowing that it was a hard effort against one of the best teams in the country.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at Pitt's effort the entire game, I mean, they played with this Louisville Cardinals team for the first 3 quarters. Of course, Louisville had some momentum, shift changes, but Pittsburgh, especially in that first half, I mean, Louisville went on a run, and Pitts would stop it and then knock down a 3 or hit 2 free throws. So I was impressed with them. Like I said, no, it's a out of reach now, 20-point deficit, but I like their effort.
It was an intense Sunday afternoon game here. 2 really good fights for Louisville, too. You see the ranked teams on the opponent, or excuse me, the ranked opponents on the list for the schedule coming up, and you say, well, you know, you got to try to tune up against these unranked opponents, and they have been given battles that I think will probably help Louisville coming up in February.
Oh, definitely. I mean, Louisville takes on Syracuse next, who right now is tied for first in the ACC, so that'll be a good game on Thursday night, and Pitt will just have to continue to get better and try to pull some wins out in the month of February.
The final score from the Yum Center, Louisville 77, Pitt 58, 56-0 now at the Yum Center for Jeff Walls against unranked opponents. What a run it has been for his clubs as Louisville